So, Wendell, seeing as cyberstalking is somewhat uncharted territory, it's become more prevalent now in recent years. What are some ways that a victim of cyberstalking can obtain justice from this kind of thing?
Sure, good question. So the first thing is to report the cyber stalking activities to your local law enforcement. So for instance, here in New York City, you'll report it to your local NYPD precinct. The other thing is that cybersecurity laws different, cyber stalking laws, I'm sorry, differs from state to state. So one of the things you can do is to go on your local Attorney General's website and see if there's cyber stalking laws that can help. And for instance, when we mentioned revenge porn has increased, New York State, our Attorney General passed legislation to make revenge porn a criminal offense.
That's great.
As one example. And this might be emotionally difficult to do, but the main thing you want to do if you're a victim of cyberstalking is to record everything that happens. Save every digital copies, all the harassing emails, the instant messages. If you can, in some cases, you may have to take screenshots, right? Like I'm saying, it is difficult, but there's something that having this evidence will support law enforcement and help bring the perpetrator to justice, to face justice.
I completely know what you're talking about. In my particular instance, I had to document. That was the way that I was able to gain an order of protection against my abuser. I think that because of the nature of these messages, sometimes one isolated event cannot be enough because there isn't necessarily an aggressive threat in one message. But when you document every single piece, what happens is that a pattern emerges because I was able to comb through that evidence and show the inconsistencies in this person's character and how some messages said, certain things publicly, other messages were very aggressive privately. One day they might have been begging for me to come back, and then the next day threatening to expose something, whatever. Anyhow, so this is a very important piece in regards to building a case. And of course, you can always go the route of blocking your stalker on every platform. But again, if you're trying to get justice and you want to build a case, unfortunately, it may take an emotional toll to have to continue to receive those messages, but ultimately those messages become your evidence and their trail.
Exactly. And the good thing that's happening is the law enforcement are getting more sophisticated to this. So, in certain areas, the law enforcement, when you bring all the evidence that you just described, they will be able to compile everything and make a better case to help the DA's office, district attorney's office, support you in getting justice.
Absolutely. Well, Wendell, this has been so informative. I'm so happy that I was able to sit with you and talk about these points. I think that this is such an important topic now more than ever. So having someone like you who works in this field to be able to tell us the signs and how to deal with them is incredibly important at this time.
And thank you for sharing your story as a former surviving victim of cyber stalking. On what you described is very helpful, and your story. This has just been very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, cyber stalking remains a constant threat. follow these steps that we discussed earlier, taking the time to be aware of your personal data, your personal information is important. And doing these things would help you and support you in safeguarding yourself against cyberstalking.
If you are a victim of cyber stalking or are seeking resources to help someone, please call the Safe Horizon hotline, 1-800-621-HOPE, or you can log on to the website, www.safehorizon.org. There's a text feature there called Safe Chat where you can obtain help privately. And please remember that you're not alone. I myself am a victim of domestic violence and cyber stalking. My name is Jaél de Pardo, and I thank you so much for joining us today.